So, how's it going, brother?
What's up, baby?
See you.
How we doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Love to hear it. Love to see it.
What are we doing over here?
Well, it's been a while since we sat down for a podcast. We missed our birthday.
Yeah,
we were
yeah,
having so much
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, our birthday was more of a time crunch. We went down to the Keys, right? We had a bunch of people on the boat. It was a smaller boat too, so we didn't have that much space like our birthday one,
That's true.
our first one. But yeah, the vibes were still immaculate. You know,
Yeah.
we did more activities too. Like we actually swam this time, right? The first time it was just like a trip from Brickell all the way down to like.
Yeah. It was more bougie.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It was, on the boat, bigger yacht type of thing, This time it was more intimate. We were the drivers, right? It was my first time
Oh my
driving
God, I remember.
for a little bit, right? And we had more of, created fun instead of, just fun in general. I
Yeah.
don't know how to put
Well, if you guys are new here, I'm Alex,
I'm Stefano.
and we have the same birthday. So
Yeah.
2 years ago, I was turning 27. You were turning
I was turning
28.
28, yeah.
Okay. So we had basically filmed the podcast on a yacht. We
Yeah.
can link it down below if the video's still up
Yeah.
too. But then we were like, we should do a podcast for every single time that we have a birthday to talk about what some of the highlights were and then what advice we'd give to other people turning that age.
100%.
And then just like some good memories and whatnot. But we missed it because we were celebrating our birthday so much this year.
Yeah.
We didn't have a boat driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ended up renting like a fishing boat basically.
It was so fun.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Down in the Keys. I feel like it was better than the last one.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Like I said, it was more of us creating the fun instead of, being part of a like tour type of thing,
Yeah. We
'Cause-
didn't have to rely on any
Yeah.
kind of like
we made the
did-
decisions,
Yeah.
like we wanted to go here, we wanted to go there, we went to the bay, we swam, we did a little bit of everything, but it was we
Yeah.
made the decision to do that.
Yeah,
But
it was super fun.
one thing I did like, if you haven't checked it out, I know it's in your page, I think.
Yeah.
Our good friend Jamie actually did like a little montage thing where every person spoke a little thing about us, right? And that was very endearing. We have the full version. I haven't made any edit, but it was great. It was really great. It was very touching. And one of the things we're both very blessed in is having good friends. Off the top, if I can give any tip to anyone, is find good friends. Your life will not be the same with them or without them. It can be completely different. They'll motivate you to do things, right? They'll take you out to have fun and grow in every aspect of life. Find good people that match your values and match your energy.
What type of advice would you give to somebody if they're looking to find new friends or make more friends maybe? Or like if somebody's in a pivot and maybe they're used to hanging out with these types of people, but they want to hang out with those types of people, like where do they meet those people? Like how do they actually make friends?
So it all depends on your values, right? Like what you want out of life and what you want to do for fun. Let's say you want to get into marathon running, then go to a run club. You want to get well connected with business people that like working at different coffee shops and like have the same schedule as you. Go to co-working sessions, right? Do things that you yourself enjoy that correlate with what you're trying to do with your life.
I think that's a great point. I want to tag onto that too. But like, yeah, there's no easier way than just being around the physical people because you're going to have to do an introduction at some point.
Exactly.
I think sometimes with the run clubs, it's like there can be so many people. And even with like a networking event, there can be so many people. But if you just keep going, you'll meet one person, then the next person. And I actually think it's kind of unlikely that you'll meet your tribe on day one anyways.
Yeah.
Like you kind of got to put in the reps a little bit.
Exactly. And the main thing is don't be shy, right? You're out there to meet people. Most of the people want to meet other people as well. Introduce yourself, say hi, make plans. If if you're talking to someone and they're planning to do something and you're like, oh damn, I was planning to do the same thing, why not do it together? That's kind of like how we met up. So we were going to the same gym together, boxer.
Rest in
right?
peace.
We didn't know each other. Yeah. We didn't know each other, but we were taking boxing class. And we start boxing with each other. He had like a lot of high energy.
Yeah.
He was still learning, right? And I was kind of like had a bit more experience, but I was more like, I'm not gonna go hard on you because you're still learning. That was my attitude towards everyone, right? So we got along great right at the start, but I also wanted to start running, right? And I didn't know any running clubs or anything like that. And he was like, oh yeah, I do the Nike Run Club.
Yeah, on
Right?
Wednesday nights.
Yeah. And then like a week later, I hit him up. It's like, oh, you're going to the run club? Yeah, I'm going to the run club. We met up and then we started running together. We were doing the boxing class together and the running club. And then it kind of snowballed from there, right? We started doing a lot more things together,
hanging out in
hanging
general.
out. And now we're like brothers.
Amen.
Amen. That's how you meet people.
Yeah, I would say too, like going to that particular gym. I've always heard that gyms have like communities and whatnot, but it's like hard to kind of experience that until you actually experience it. And I feel like going to that particular gym, that was like very much a decision that I wanted to make myself, that put me in the place to be able to meet Stefano and other people like him too, because I knew that I wanted to try new things. And at that particular time it was boxing. So if you're watching this and you feel like some type of nudge to go try something, maybe you want to go take tennis lessons or whatever, you should invest into that, because you honestly don't know what's on the other side of it. If I never signed up, like if I never had like the nudge to do it, then we never would have probably met.
Yeah,
it's like
and a lot of people too.
Exactly. It's a really crazy, like the butterfly network and whatnot. There's also a book too. It's called Never Eat Alone. That whole idea, it's like you're gonna eat 3 meals a day anyways, at least lunch and dinner. You might as well go eat with somebody else, so that way you can like have conversation, bond over it, whatever, and like pick their brain too. You're gonna eat anyways. Yeah, you might as well do it.
Exactly. Like socializing, just sharing, it's in a way therapeutic. You go to your therapist and you just speak about yourself. You're basically doing the same thing with a friend, right? You're telling them what's going on in your life, what are your current challenges, what are you striving for on a day-to-day. So that's basically your therapy. You're sharing insight on whatever you're doing, and they're doing the same. So it's like a back and forth, you know, it's like an exchange of experience. So I do believe that it's great.
Funny enough, that's kind of why I wanted to have this podcast right now. If you guys are watching now, it's actually October. We're coming up on our half birthday right now. Funny enough, we couldn't be more far away from our actual birthday. Obviously we're like halfway there, but we're also halfway away. But it's like, it's better to do it now than to wait another 6 months to do it. And what if we would have skipped this year? Then we wouldn't have this chapter, you know?
And we're gonna be posting this on the 26th. So it'll be exactly 6 months.
Yeah, so if you're watching this today, October 26th, you can wish us a happy half birthday in the comments.
Yeah. So another thing, right, that it just came to my mind, right, because you're like, oh, halfway there, is I'm gonna be 30.
Oh.
And that's a scary number, you know? If you're
30,
29,
30.
If you're 29 or in your 20s, you know, you think of your 30s as that point in your life where you're basically old, right? And it all depends on how you feel, right? But you should have some groundwork already in place for what you want to do in your life. You should be in some kind of state where you're...
Do you feel like you have expectations that you need to hit by the time that you turn 30?
I felt like those expectations have already like way past, you know? It's like, I'm not gonna hit it by 30.
What kind of expectations did you originally have by the time?
Originally, I wanted to have, you know, my own business that was settled, right? I wanted to have my own schedule. And if you guys don't know, right, I live with my parents, so I would have been living by myself, maybe even having like a girlfriend and possibly kids, but obviously none of that has happened. And yeah, it's just the way life goes, right? You expect something, and you can't let yourself get down and stop trying just because you haven't achieved.
Where do you think the expectations come from? Because I would agree too. By the time I turned 30, I was thinking my business would be 10 million plus, and I'd be flying around in jets all the time, and I'd be married and have kids. And you know, I'm 28 and a half now. Like, I don't see that.
So your whole environment plays a big role in that, right? Societal norms, basically, with the, you know, having kids by the age of 30 and whatnot. Also your environment, as in you see other people doing it, right? Now and today, we see a lot of Instagram content, right? We see younger people flying in jets and living lavishly. Most of that is fake, right? But we just take it in, all that information. When we consume information, we're not labeling things as fake or real.
We're just consuming it.
Exactly.
We're just taking it in,
And then we, without even trying, we compare ourselves to those people and images and things like that we see. It's good in a sense because it makes you try harder. Because if you never see that, if you live like
if you were never exposed to divisions, then you might never even know that it exists. So in that realm, it's really good.
It feeds you hope, in a sense, hope that it's possible, and it is way harder than what they make it seem. But at least you're trying.
The grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Definitely not. Sometimes
it's true where the grass isn't always greener. It's on the other side. It's only green where it's water.
Where you water it. Which it makes sense. You know, it does make where sense. You put your effort and time. You know, but yeah, sometimes it is greener on the other side. Right. Talking about past experience, my first, I would say, professional career, I was an operations manager for a security agency, and I had, you know, when I started, I had 80 employees. When I finished, I had over 250. 250. So we more than doubled the size of it in the 5 years I was there as the operations manager. And I would like to think I was a big part of that, right? I did most of the hiring and most of the setting up for the sites and whatnot. But yeah, my pay was not that good. You know, it was less than a teacher's pay. For how much I was doing, it was definitely not.
Especially for a public company.
Yeah.
On the stock market,
Yeah. It was definitely not, you know, something that I was like, oh yeah, I'm making bank. I'm doing a lot, but I'm making bank. No, it was like I'm doing a lot and I'm busting my ass, you know, 60 hours a week on a business that's not mine, but I'm still getting like medium pay. And then I left that company, and then a few months later, I started in another company for working for Royal Caribbean, which I was making double the amount, right? And I only had 34, 38 employees. So compare that, you know, 34, 38 employees, double the amount I was making, half the work, basically, way less than half the work, compared to 250 employees and half the pay.
I misspoke earlier. The Royals, the publicly traded company.
Yeah.
That basically goes to show if you solve problems for rich people, they'll just pay you more.
Yeah, exactly, right? So look out for those rich people.
Yeah, I gotta take my own advice. What's one thing that you want to do in your 30s?
In my 30s?
Yeah. Like, what would be the best 30th birthday, I guess?
Well, I don't know about the best. There's so many things I want to do in general, and it's not about what I do, right? More recently than not, I've noticed that it's not about what you do, it's who you do it with. So for me, it doesn't really matter as long as you're there. Right, as long as all our friends are there. Like recently we took a trip to Wisconsin, right, which was wholly planned by Alex. If you don't know, it's his hometown. He grew up there. And, you know, if you're thinking, oh, what is there to do in Wisconsin? To be honest, there's a lot, but it's not like, you know,
it's not like
Miami, right? You could do anything here. Over there's very limited.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what we do. Is who you do it with, right? So we went with an elite group, like all close friends.
Shout
good
out,
minds.
Me, Stefano, Nick, Elan, Jaren, Vinny, squad.
Yeah. So we literally went to Chicago, right? We spent a day in Chicago. It was great too. We met up with your friend Brooke and Robbie.
Met JD.
I finally, met JD. Finally had what's it called?
Deep dish, from Nancy's. It was actually amazing.
Yeah. So
you guys
I
are
was
in Chicago, definitely get Nancy's. Yeah.
So before going, right, I expressed that I wanted to try the deep dish, right? You're in Chicago, that's the home of the deep dish, supposedly. So you have to try it, right? And Ali was like, oh, I don't know, you know, I've had deep dish before and it was all right. It wasn't that big of a deal. And so I was, you know, my expectations were pretty low at that point because I was like, all right, you know, if it's good, it's good. At least I tried it. The whole point is to try it. And we went and it was great. Like, I don't know.
It was great.
Like, it was great. It was like super cheesy, like,
it was so much better than like the classic like Lou Malnati's. Like there's like deep dish that's like chain deep dish, and that's normally what people are eating.
Oh, okay.
It's just not good. But this was amazing.
It was
like
great.
This, like, I would eat again in a heartbeat.
Definitely. Like I was looking at the last piece and I was like, I'm so full right now, but I shouldn't. But it was great.
Then we took a train from Chicago.
Yeah, we took a train, 2-hour train, and then to Milwaukee. We rented out a van, a minivan, like a soccer mom van, right? But it fit perfectly.
Yeah, it was
right.
Perfect.
It was a nice Chrysler, I think.
Yeah.
We had
more than enough room.
Yeah, we had all the luggage stacked up in the back to the very top. You couldn't fit anything else. But then we, you know, had room for everybody, which was the main thing. And yeah, we drove like 4 hours.
Yeah.
To
about 4 hours.
Door County.
Yeah.
And it was great. You know,
passed by my family's house in which was cool.
Got to see a little glimpse of, you know, Alex's home, which is nice. It was a nice house. It looked pretty, you know.
It's a little cute house. But that was cool. And then we drove up to Door County and like we dropped our stuff off at the cabin, which was awesome. The cabin like exceeded expectations.
Like, it was great. Like it's exactly what you picture when you get a cabin.
Yeah. In the woods, like by the lake.
Kind of old. There's a lot of wooden material.
A little creaky.
Yeah, exactly.
It's perfect.
Like, kind of scary, but at the same time, it's really nice.
With the fire pit in the back.
Yeah. Oh my God, the fire pit was great. We had so many good conversations there.
Yeah.
After, you know, letting everything go, our luggage and whatnot, we directly went to the cliffs.
Yeah, went straight to go swim, first thing.
Yeah, the water was pretty cold. It was like, what, 60s?
Yeah, probably
50s?
like 60,
Yeah, and
which is cold compared to here in Miami.
Yeah, a lot colder.
And sometimes the water here in Miami will get up to like 90.
90. Yeah,
So,
yeah, easily.
Yeah, it was quite an adjustment. But honestly, swimming in the lake feels so
Yes.
refreshing. It's just insane. It's like you can open your eyes. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's like it's and you don't have to worry too about sharks
Exactly.
or stingrays or anything like that.
So my first experience with lake swimming was in Chicago.
Yeah.
Right, like when we landed, we went running. Right, we did like a 5-mile run.
Yeah. Well, I
Right.
did. Yeah. I
Yeah,
did.
I was dead, by the way. But afterwards, we all jumped in the Chicago Lake, whatever it's called.
Lake Michigan.
Lake
That's
Michigan.
the same lake that we were jumping into
Yeah.
up in North
It's
County.
huge.
It's huge.
Like it doesn't seem like a lake; it looks like an ocean.
Yeah.
Right, but as soon as you get in the water is so like crisp. You know, it's fresh. You're not spitting out salt water constantly. You could actually like open your eyes and actually see. Right, it felt invigorating.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we did it again in Door County, and it was great. Lake water is so much better than ocean water.
I don't know. I miss the lake, and I think that like when I hit my 30s, I don't know when I want to buy a house or anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the only place I'd want to own is on a lake.
Yeah.
It's
100%.
tough up in the north though, because it freezes over in the wintertime. It's freezing.
Can be
But then
hockey.
down here in Florida, they're all covered in alligators or whatever,
Yeah.
crocodiles. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't really want that either.
Yeah, the lakes here are more like there are some
They're like swampy.
they're
there are.
swampy.
I think that we see more trips like this one coming up. I know Jaron wants to plan one for 4th of July.
4th of July?
For 4th of July, yeah.
Okay.
Which I think would be excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Back in Montana, his hometown area, which will be really, really cool. But yeah, what else? What else are you looking forward to in the 30s?
So recently I've started competing with myself, right? In the terms of endurance training, I've done 2 triathlons, right? And the end goal is to do a full Ironman. Now, I'm saying end goal because it's not going to be next year. It's probably going to be like 2 years from now, the full one at least.
That's nice though, honestly. It's nice to
Something
have
to
goals
work
that are
towards.
multi-legged, like
Exactly.
you're not, I don't know, like
Exactly.
I don't have to hit it next week, you know?
No, I'm not, in a rush to do it. I know it's something that the average person doesn't do, right? So it's like a challenge, right, to yourself. And I have several steps before I get to the full. First, I want to do a half marathon.
Yeah, I want to do that one with you.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. Then I want to do a century ride, which is 100 miles on the bike. Possibly after that, I'll do the half Ironman, which is a 70.3. And then I'll start planning for the full. So my current goal is a half Ironman sometime next year. And I've been talking to different friends that have done it before, right? And gotten their tips and tricks here and there. Like the one that just happened last Sunday. For me, I feel like the hardest part would be the swimming. I can bike at a steady pace for hours, right? Easily. Running, it'll be a fight, but
Yeah,
it's definitely
running's
doable.
tough, man.
But swimming is insane. Like my last triathlon, I've said this like 100 times already, right? To you and to like other people, but the hardest part was the swimming. It's the shortest distance, but against the current, you feel like you're not moving, right? You do a few strokes here and there, and then you look up and you're like, oh, I haven't moved. The buoy is still like the same distance, right? So you keep trying, and you're still at the same spot, right? So it's very tiring, and there's no rest, right? Because you have to stay afloat. So one way or another, right? Whether you're trying to like stay afloat or you're actually trying to move forward, you're still expending energy, right? In the run, you can possibly, stop and take a breather.
Yeah, you can pace better.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Exactly. The biking, you can slow down and you won't be as tired. You could even stop pedaling, right? And you'll keep going forward.
Yeah.
But the swimming, you stop and you drown, right? You're sinking. So it's a whole different type of challenge. But yeah, those are the current goals. How about yourself? What are your current goals?
Well, I appreciate hearing that. I want to circle back to after because I'm curious as to what drives you and so many other people too, especially for running in particular. Like Nick, my roommate, is like so into running.
Yeah.
He's completely transformed his entire life.
Yeah, he's a runner.
And yeah, he's a full runner. And I just don't feel that way. If anything, I always feel called to like chill more. I think because I work quite a bit. And I think that's like one of my biggest goals right now is just making sure that I can get my company to a place that one is operating without me, but two, I honestly would love to put like all of my friends or family on payroll. So
that'd be cool.
somehow I need to get that into motion. which is a good dream, I guess, to have.
Yeah, 100%. Be surrounded by people you love.
Exactly. Be working with people I love all day long, both like from a client perspective and then also from like an in-house perspective. I think that would be incredible, honestly. That's like literally creating something that is providing so many other people value in all facets and whatnot. But yeah, I don't totally feel like the drive to do all the endurance sports and all that kind of stuff. I could see myself getting more into like mobility, potentially even calisthenics as well. Like I have a nice little gym set up here at the house now that I use on a weekly basis, and I really like it.
It's nice.
Been getting a lot stronger, so
I
like that. Like I like all of those things. But I also want to get back into traveling. Like for whatever reason, that was a huge portion of my life for like so many of the past years to an overwhelming extent. Like it was like going everywhere, anywhere, and for any reason. I was like, all right, that sounds cool. Let's go there. Like, so I want to bring a little bit of that back. And I feel like that's a little bit on the horizon. By the time that I post this, I'll be in Indonesia, which is really, really cool, because that's been like one of my dreams. If you know anything about my travels like at all, you probably have heard me say that I want to go to Bali, but I feel like it's so complicated because the time zone is 12 or 13 hours different than Eastern Standard Time. Obviously that's just like a lot to digest, especially when you're managing a team.
Exactly. But you have clients as well.
And you have clients, you need to speak to them. Generally, I just like to be on top of things. I'm quite an organized person. So that's gonna be hard. But when I went to Dubai earlier this year, that pushed me out of my time zone comfort a little bit. And honestly, everything was extremely smooth. My clients, some of them, I want to say like found out I was in Dubai, and they were like, that's amazing, you're gonna have the best time. I was like, wow, you're more supportive than I guess I thought. So I think that's like a limiting belief that I kind of was like working through a little bit still. And I'm excited to see the other side and see the adventures and the travels. Because I don't know, I feel like there's more for me around the world.
Exactly.
Like all the time.
More experiences.
More experiences.
More people to meet.
More people to meet. More culture. But we'll say, wait, one thing I want to add though, and this is not like a plug, but it kind of is a little bit. I think one thing that really got me back into like travel mode or thinking about doing it and whatnot was my trip to Africa in February. That I feel like was so far has been the highlight of, I guess that was before our birthday, but yeah, because it was in February. But yeah, I was with Kook, one of my good friends. She helped me honestly launch my mission of provide 1 million meals for orphans. Maybe I had mentioned it on the last video, I'm not even sure, but that has taken shape in 2025. I'm extremely proud of it, and I can get you guys caught up to speed. Basically, I have a mission to provide 1 million meals for orphans worldwide. I don't know how exactly many more orphans there are. There's millions and millions of orphans across the globe though. A lot of them are being neglected and malnourished. So that's just like one of my part. Obviously I was an orphan too, if you guys don't know. So I just want to be able to give back. So I kicked off the mission this year. I basically just did it solo. I mean, I'm raising money through like my company, myself, my friends, and my family, but it's extremely bootstrapped. There's not really like a game plan. I'm not trying to start a charity. I'm really just trying to collect a little bit of money to go to the actual orphanage. Check out the situation and then buy them a bunch of groceries. I think that's a lot cooler and better than just giving them money, because you don't even know where the money's gonna go. So instead, I just take the money to the grocery store, buy them all the groceries. And
you're providing basic necessity, you know?
Yeah, and it feels incredible, and it's like such a surreal experience each time. So I will be doing it in Bali as long as everything works out. Maybe by the time I'm posting it, I've already done it. I'm not sure. So I'm extremely excited about that. But really, I think the thing that got me so excited was doing the first orphanage donation in Africa with a good friend, Kook, who also went to the same college as me. And the trip to Africa, I feel like was just a trip of a lifetime. We did so many things I've never done before. I did canyoneering. I've never even heard of that before. And I was like, wow, this is what life is about. It's like trying new things, being exposed to stuff, sharing good memories with people, sharing meals with people, having campfires. And I don't know, I feel like it really put the spark back into me.
That's good, that's good.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to hear that. Going back to, you know, why we're so into like endurance training or something like that. You spoke to us about it recently, and you posted about it recently, about the eight
dimensions of health.
8 dimensions of health. Can you elaborate on that? Do you remember the 8?
There's one of them is your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual practices, your financial health, your social, interpersonal ones, and then your occupational. That's 6. And then there's always 2 that I'm missing for whatever reason. So that's a really good point though. There are like 8 dimensions commonly known for wellness, and I think it's a beautiful thing because so many people just focus on physical or spiritual or mental. It's
Yeah.
like you never
Spiritual,
really
you didn't say that.
physical, spiritual, intellectual. Intellectual is one I forgot. Socially, emotional, occupational, environmental, financial. We have
So-
environmental covered here.
Yeah, we're covered with
Look at
environmental.
this.
I at least try to take care of my environment. I don't litter, and then whenever I see something on the floor, I pick it up.
Yeah.
I know you've done that too.
I've gotten really into that. Like
We've been
if I'm
randomly
around,
walking, and he sees like an old bottle that's been there for like 20 years, and he goes and picks it up.
it's honestly a hack. I'll tell you why. Because we almost need to clip this scene up. It's something I feel so strongly about. When you see garbage on the ground outside, it's a hack to pick it up because you are instantaneously getting like good karma, but you feel good about yourself too. It's almost like, thank you for leaving that so I can do something good.
Yeah.
Now I feel great. I'm not even kidding. It feels so good.
Yeah, I've done it before, and you feel great after. It's
You feel like a hero.
Yeah, that takes care of the environmental.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
People, leave more trash so we can pick it up.
Well, I think the environmental is about like where you're living and whatnot, because that plays a huge role. And they say that the first thing if you're not loving your life is to switch up your environment.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of people say once you graduate college or high school or whatever you want to do, if you feel stuck, the easiest thing to do is just plant yourself in a new environment because everything will change. Your grocery store could change, the way that you eat could change, the athletic
people around you,
the people, the ideas.
Yeah, the people you meet, the people you interact with, everything. Your whole life changes, And that's the point.
Switching your gym.
Yeah. Literally, right? So go back to the endurance again. So I feel like we all go to the gym, right? We all work out in some kind of way. And I feel like working out is easy at this point. I've been doing it since high school. I've been in great shape. I've lost weight. I've gained weight, and it's not as challenging as endurance training. Like, yeah, you can go every day to the gym and lift, right? And look, build yourself to have huge muscles and whatnot, but it all depends on how you want to look, right? Like if you don't want to look like that, then you kind of like in between. You want to push yourself in some kind of way, right, that distinguishes yourself from the rest of the average people, right? And that's where endurance training comes in. That's why you set your goal to run farther, swim farther, cycle farther, whatever it may be, right? Or do all three at the same time. Who knows? But yeah, that's why I've gotten into basically triathlon training, just to like
be able to push yourself basically against yourself.
Exactly. Push yourself into new areas you weren't able to do before. And running is a great way to stay healthy, right? To move the blood and the blood flow. So it's healthy and you're pushing towards something, right? Like you can be unhealthy and go to the gym, right? And still, get big, inject yourself with testosterone and whatnot and be huge. Doesn't mean you're healthy. But if you're running every day, you're more likely to be healthy than not.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm excited to learn more about wellness as a whole.
Yeah, same.
It's just something that's really cool, and I'm glad that it's on the forefront, especially with Whoop and everything.
Yeah.
Just like being able to get better insight into what your actual health is and whatnot is really cool.
I do like how you're going into the health and wellness branding now, right? Because if you don't know, he has his own digital marketing agency, and his main clients were restaurants. But now he has made the switch to health and wellness.
Yeah, I would say like more like wellness forward and a little bit of longevity.
Yeah.
It's just like, how can we, like, if you're already healthy, how can we take it to the next level? How can you get better metrics?
Yeah.
What kind of like software and services could you be using to optimize and like just make your life even better?
Yeah. Like one of the things that actually caught me by surprise was Eric's gym. He has his own gym thing, right? Like he has his vans that have working out machine inside, and then he has a location in Upper Buena Vista, which is great. But the machine is not like a regular gym, right? This machine literally makes you push your max every rep.
Every single rep, yeah. It pushes the weight back at whatever you push out, it's gonna push it back at you. It's insane.
It's completely insane.
It's insane.
Like, doesn't matter how strong you are, how weak you are, you're always gonna be pushing your max.
Yes.
So you get on this machine, you could set it up in different ways. You can do like
you can do everything that you need to do.
Yeah. Main muscles, right? Like you can do a leg push, whatever it's called.
Chest, shoulders,
press, shoulders, back, pull, everything, right? And like you get on it not thinking much. You're like, all right, what is this gonna be like, right? And then you position it in the right position, and you're like, all right, push, and you're like, oh, and it's barely moving. It's barely moving, but you're pushing all that you can. You're literally pushing your 1 rep max, right? And then it pushes back, right? So it's your negative motion, and you're like trying to hold it, right? But again, it's pushing back on how much force you currently have.
Yeah.
Right. So you go back, and then your second time you try to go harder, but obviously most of the time you know, you go down.
And it's cool too because it's measuring on the screen, real time. You can see, and it's not like crumpling you up either. I feel like when I heard that it was pushing back, I was like, is it gonna like snap me in half? No, it's barely moving. It's weird.
Exactly.
It's very weird.
It's
very cool though.
That's the fun part about it, right? And you're basically pushing your 1 rep max at all times.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, it goes down. Right? Obviously, you're pushing a lot more on the first rep, and then by the 10th rep, you're barely pushing anything.
Yeah.
Right.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is tough.
It's a tough workout.
But when I did that, and it was a great environment too, because it was at Elon's birthday, Vishar's and Elon's birthday, and they were doing like a health and wellness thing in the house, and we had like massage chair, cold plunge, pool,
IV drips,
Carrot Express, the gym, right? So like all the boys go outside to try out the machine, and we're like, oh yeah, you can do more than that, come on. And it was like a challenge, you know, like who can do the most kind of thing. So it was a great environment. And then the next week I go to the gym, right, and I push on my bench press a total of 10 pounds more than before.
Wow.
And if you know anything about the gym, 10 pounds is a big deal, you know, especially like things in the bench press. When you're doing it, you add 5 pounds and it feels like the end of the world.
Changes the whole everything.
If you can do the same amount of reps, 10 pounds heavier, it means something worked, you know. And in a span of a week, I was like shocked. I was like, bro, this is easy, you know. And then I put the 10-pound weights, and I was like, wow, I could do this. You know, I could probably do more if I had to put spotter. I don't want to kill myself. But yeah, so it was something great. Like, I'm glad you're going into that area, just because like,
it's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I get to benefit from it too.
Yeah,
you know, we all benefit from it.
Yeah, we've done a couple. You've been a little bit busy with work, but we've done a couple like tours of different fitness studios and like different clinics and all that kind of stuff. Okay. And it's been really, really fascinating just going in, speaking to the owner. Like I went to a place here in South Beach, and now the owner's like texting me, being like, "Hey, we're excited to see the videos and whatever." Nice. And it's just feel like I have genuine curiosity, so it's not forced or anything, which is cool. When we wrap up with maybe like a piece of advice, I'll give you one, you give me one. We have 6 months left until I turn 29. Yeah. You turn 30. Yeah. What advice? I guess you should go first because you've already been my age.
Something I actually have trouble with is asking for help, right? And depending on others. I'm a very independent person where I want to do everything myself. I'm actually working on a project right now where I'm putting out this gaming app. And at the beginning, I tried to do everything myself, right? I tried to do the design. The whole planning was myself. The whole design was myself. The coding was myself. And I got to a point where I kind of burned out, right? It was too much, and I didn't want to continue, right? So I would recommend ask for help. Don't try to take everything yourself. Ask for help. Outsource things, if you have to. And yeah, you don't have to do it all yourself. You could ask friends, you could ask people to help you, ask for advice, most importantly, and take everything as you go.
Appreciate that.
Of course.
I feel good about hiring. I feel like we're getting into a good flow. Yeah.
Congratulations, you're getting your operations manager.
We'll see too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big move.
Yeah, it'll be huge.
It's gonna free him up
a lot of time. So I'm excited about that.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm hoping that they can help me make better hires too in the future. So I'm excited about that. Advice that I would give to you for the next 6 months. Well, my first initial advice, I guess, was like super like corny, which was like, don't be scared in your 30s or whatever. But like everybody says that, I guess. Yeah. But it's kind of true. It's like, for me, I see the 30s is honestly probably will be the peak years. Yeah. I feel like in the 20s, it's a lot about learning. And I still feel like I'm in the learning phase, like so much about just trying things and whatever. So I would say like continue to like mess around, try things that interest you, because it's not you're not too late.
It's not the end of the road.
It's not the end of the road at all. It's in fact it's just the start.
Just started.
It's just the start.
Yeah, and I completely agree. It's just that 30 is
people say that it's something.
Yeah, like
I think it's gonna get better.
I do definitely think it's gonna get better. But it's just that I think every period of your life life gets better in its own way.
Yeah.
You know, I've spoken about it with Nick.
Isn't 20s though just the bar scene and like
Yeah, exactly.
party?
Like,
I'm ready to be out of that. Like,
exactly.
we're pretty much already out
in
of that.
high school, it was, you know, hanging out with friends and, you know, different extracurricular activities. Maybe if you played football or not, different clubs. I was in an engineering club, and those were like good times, right? Or being just a kid, right?
Yeah.
I remember
Not working.
Yeah, exactly. Having freedom, right? And less responsibilities. Then later in your 20s, right, that's when you're into the whole club scene, you're going out, you're drinking, you're messing around, right? You're having fun. And then at the end of your 20s, right, towards like 27 up, that's when you start, that's when you start realizing, okay, maybe I need to, you know, calm down a bit. You have different goals in mind. You want to get to places, right? And you have different aspirations. 30s, it is a scary number just because for the most part it signals a new age.
Yeah,
right?
It's a new decade of your life.
Yeah. So where people put a lot of pressure, or society in general put a lot of pressure on that number, but I'm not scared. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I don't think I've peaked per se, right? I feel like it's just gonna get better and better, just in different aspects. Eventually, hopefully, right, I'll have a family and that'll be my peak, right? And then before then, I hope, you know, my business is a peak. Right now, the peak is friends and whatnot, and having the ability to do what I currently want to do without so much constriction of having kids or other responsibilities. So I'm definitely enjoying it. And I don't think I'm gonna stop enjoying it anytime soon. But yeah, thank you for the advice.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Let's go.
What does the Vu say? The best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come.
Awesome.
It's on the way. It's not about the destination, it's about on the way.
On the way.